the collaborative video where we recognize that every child matters.
Ani! Bonjour! Glad to have you all here today. So my name is Angela, and I'm the Indigenous Co-ordinator for the EarlyON Child and Family Centers in Simcoe County. And I thought maybe it would be a great idea to introduce myself in the language. So it would go like this. Angela Ndijnakas, Painted Feather Woodland Métis Dodum Nindindwa, and Napani Nondinjaba. So I've just told you that my name is Angela, I'm a Painted Feather Woodland Métis, and that my home community is Napani. So that might be a way that you want to introduce yourself in the future. Anyways, I'm here with three lovely friends of mine, and I thought maybe we could introduce ourselves. So let's see, how about Jen, do you mind going first?
Thank you, Angela. So I'm Jen. I'm from E3 Community Services. I work in EarlyON at the Alliston Center, and I love to be here. Thank you.
Miigwech. And Margie, would you go next?
Ani, thank you, Angela. My name is Margie, and I'm with EarlyON Child and Family Center, Simcoe North, out of the EarlyON Center.
Miigwech, Margie. And last but not least, Leanne, would you go next?
Miigwech, Angela. I'm Leanne from the EarlyON Child and Family Center with Empower Simcoe in Bradford. And so wonderful to see all of you as we're celebrating not only Orange Shirt Day, but Truth and Reconciliation Day. And thank you for sharing part of the journey with me. And I thought before we got started, Angela, if we could have a shared land acknowledgement.
I would appreciate that, Miigwech.
So the EarlyON Child and Family Centers of Simcoe County acknowledge that we are situated on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe people. The Anishinaabe include the Ojibwe, Odawa, and Potawatomi nations, collectively known as the Three Fires Confederacy. We are dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation and respect with all First Nation, Métis, and Inuit people.
Miigwech. Great job, Leanne. So I thought the next piece we should probably do is a smudge. And so in our bowl here today, we have our sage, and that's one of the four sacred medicines. And I like to use sage. They say it's a woman's medicine. Anyone can use it, but today is a special day. So we're going to cleanse and get ready for learning. So that's why we're using sage. Sometimes it starts right away and you'll see the smudge coming, and other times it's a little bit slow. Anyways, here we go. Just tip my screen a bit. So first of all, this is how I learned to smudge. You may have a different way, and that's okay. So feel free to join me while I smudge, or you may join after I will offer it to you. So first of all, I like to cleanse my hands, and then I like to cleanse my glasses because they help me to see. I like to draw the smoke over me. I like to cleanse my eyes so I can see clearly and see in a kind way. My ears so I hear clearly and hear in a kind way. My mouth so I speak clearly and in a kind way. My heart so I receive information in a kind way. And my tummy because I don't like to be sick. And now I'm going to offer that smudge to you. So you might start in a really good way. Miigwech for joining me on that smudge. So now I thought maybe the next piece we should probably do is start our circle in a very kind way. And I know, Margie, you have a fantastic song that I love when you share. So if you wouldn't mind sharing it with us, I would appreciate it.
Miigwech, Angela. I'd be honored to do that for you. So I'm going to do our hello song in 3 languages, first English, then French, and then Anishinaabe. Hello, everybody, and how are you? How are you? How are you? Hello, everybody, and how are you? How are you today? Bonjour, mes amis, comment ça va? Comment ça va? Comment ça va? Bonjour, mes amis, comment ça va? Comment ça va aujourd'hui? Ani, 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 shna. Ani, shna. Ani, 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 shna. Ani, shna.
Miigwech, Margie, miigwech, that was beautiful. So I thought maybe we would do a little bit of drumming today. So if you have a drum or some sticks, or if not, Leanne, that's fantastic. You found a box. Jen, you have some sticks to tap along. Oh, your pencils. Great idea. Oh, and there's Margie. She found her drum. Fantastic. So when we start, we always start with 4 honor beats. And then we're going to do our Cherokee morning song, which was gifted to me by my knowledge keepers on Georgina Island. And it honors the Great Spirit. So here we go. Wendy-ah-ho, Wendy-ah-ho, Wendy-ah, Wendy-ah, ho, 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 hey-a-ho, hey-a-ho, ya, ya, ya. Wendy-ah-ho, Wendy-ah-ho, Wendy-ah, Wendy-ah, ho, 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 hey-a-ho, hey-a-ho, ya, 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 ya. Oh, miigwech for tapping along and drumming along with me. I think we should do the water song. It's one of my favorite and I love to share it. So again, this song was gifted to me by my knowledge keepers on Georgina Island. And we know that the water runs at different speeds. Sometimes it's really fast and sometimes it's slow. So let's see if you can keep up. We're going to change the speeds of our song. Wichita, do ya, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wichita, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wichita, do ya, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wichita, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Careful, it's moving really fast. Here we go. Wichita, do ya, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wichita, do ya, do ya. Wichita, do ya, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Wishatanaya, hey, hey. Oh, miigwech for joining me. That was wonderful. So I know, Miss Jen, you have something that you want to share with us now. So here we go.
I do. I've been learning a lot about truth and reconciliation, and I used to have a game with my brown bear hiding behind colored chairs. So Spirit Bear has come to teach me some colors, in Indigenous colors for the chair. So I'm using some colors that I feel are important in Indigenous culture from some of the stuff that I have seen. So I'm using black because it is on the medicine wheel, and white because it is also on the medicine wheel, and yellow as it is also on the medicine wheel, and red as it's on the medicine wheel. And I could not forget orange because we know that every child matters, and orange really represents that to me. So I'm adding that, and the spirit bear is going to hide behind one of the chairs. And let's see, because Angela, my friend, is going to say the words for us. Let's see if we can find where Spirit Bear is hiding.
Okay, so remember, I'm a language learner, so sometimes I may not get this quite right, but I'm really trying hard. So you try too, and just do your best. Practice makes perfect. So I want to know, Jen, is it behind Ozawa?
Oh, and I know that that is yellow.
Oh, but it wasn't there.
Oh, Spirit Bear.
Okay, so Jen, is it behind Makwadewa?
Spirit Bear, are you behind the black chair? No.
No. Okay, let's try. And this one I sometimes struggle with, so I'm going to really try hard. Ozao Mingondi. Ozao Mingondi.
Spirit Bear, are you behind the orange one?
Oh no, it wasn't there. Okay. How about we try Wabshka?
Spirit Bear, are you behind the white one? Let's see.
Oh, I know where he is. Yay, he's behind Misqua.
Oh, the red chair. Are you there, Spirit Bear?
Oh, Jen, that was so much fun.
Thanks for helping with the colors, Angela.
Oh, no problem at all. And like I said, we're all learning the language, so practice it and it will get better. I keep practicing because, it's not quite there yet, but that's okay. Now, Margie, I know you have a couple of songs that you were hoping to share with us. And so I'm excited and can't wait for that to happen. Do you mind going next and sharing them?
Miigwech, I would love to go next, but first I want to say to Jen, what a great activity to learn something new, some new language. We know that games work really well, and that was so much fun. I can't wait to try that with the little ones here. Thanks, Jen. And for Angela, I know that in the spirit of truth and reconciliation is a really hard topic for a lot of people. It's very sad and heavy, and it's we've talked a lot about how to go forward and do songs and teach about what had happened. And you always taught me to moving forward just through kindness and not to carry all the heavy parts, but to moving forward, teach love and acceptance of all people. So that made me think of this little song called Love Grows One by One. So I'm going to start with that one. And it goes like this. Love grows one by one, 2 by 2, and 4 by 4. Love grows around in a circle and comes back knocking at your front door. So there's some signs attached to that one, which sometimes helps little ones remember as well when there's actions. And then I know that Leanne has a beautiful offering coming up, and it made me think of this song because Leanne's activity is about a journey, much like the little ones took through the beautiful landscape. So I'm going to share, I've got Peace Like a River, because it reminded me of what might be seen on a journey across Canada. It's like rivers and oceans and mountains and fountains and things like that. So my next song is I've Got Peace Like a River, and also with some signs. Here we go. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river. I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain. I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean. I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain. I've got strength like a mountain in my soul.
Oh, Miigwech, Margie, those were beautiful songs. So so lovely of you to share them with us. Now, Leanne, I know that you have something you want to share with us. And, you know, the mountain, that reminds me of what you and I talked about. So maybe you could share that particular song with us.
Thank you, Angela. I too am using Spirit Bear, but I'm going to call him Makwa, which is an Indigenous word for bear. And this is a journey that Bear is going to take from his house. And if you know this song, please sing along with me. So, Makwa went over the mountains, Makwa went over the mountains, Makwa went over the mountain to see what he could see, and all that he could see, and all that he could see was the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain, the other side of the mountain was all that he could see. And Makwa continued on his journey. And then Makwa decided, Makwa went across the river, Makwa went across the river, Makwa went across the river to see what he could see. And all that he could see, and all that he could see was the other side of the river, the other side of the river, the other side of the river was all that he could see. Well, I wonder where Makwa's going next. This journey is going far from his home. Well, let's see. Well, lit on my marker. Here we go. So Makwa went through the forest. Makwa went through the forest. Makwa went through the forest to see what he could see. And all that he could see, and all that he could see was the other side of the forest, the other side of the forest, the other side of the forest was all that he could see. So guess what he did next? Oh, you'll never guess. Makwa climbed up the big tree. Makwa climbed up the big tree. Makwa climbed up the big tree to see what he could see. And all that he could see, and all that he could see was the forest, river, and mountain, the forest, river, and mountain, the forest, river, and mountain was all that he could see. His journey's not over yet. Makwa then journeyed back home, Makwa then journeyed back home, Makwa then journeyed back home to see what he could see. And all that he could see, and all that he could see was the family friends who loved him, the family friends who loved him, the family friends who loved him was all that he could see. And it really just speaks to us that we all are on our own journeys, and not all of us can make it home to all of those who love us. So let's remember that when we wear orange, that every child matters, and we all deserve to be loved and cherished, just like Makwa.
Oh, miigwech, Leanne, that was a fantastic song. And he did take quite a journey. And now I thought maybe, since we're talking about Orange Shirt Day and Truth and Reconciliation, it would be really good for me to share a book with you. So my book is called Phyllis's Orange Shirt. And Phyllis, the lady from the book, she entered St. Joseph's Residential School in William Lake, BC in 1973. And on September the 30th, in 2013, 40 years later, Phyllis finally spoke publicly about for the very first time, about her experiences in Indian residential school, and thus began the Orange Shirt Day movement. So this is her story. I hope you can understand it. It was written by Phyllis Webstad and illustrated by Brock Nickel. Little Phyllis lived with her granny on the Dog Creek Reserve. They would pick berries, garden, and catch fish to preserve. Now, do you know what preserve means? That means to keep it for a long period of time so that you can eat it and it doesn't go bad. So preserve it. There were not many kids with whom Phyllis could play because they went to residential school far, far away. One day, Granny took Phyllis to town. It was exciting to see so many people around. Granny took Phyllis to a shop full of clothes with hats for your head and socks for your toes. Phyllis picked out a shirt that was so orange, shiny, and bright, and Granny bought it for her to wear with delight. On the first day of residential school, Phyllis couldn't wait. She wore her orange shirt so that she would look great. But when she arrived, her mood started to change. The place was so cold, unfriendly, and strange. Her bright orange shirt was taken away, and she worried about how long she would have to stay. Poor Phyllis. But at public school, she was taught how to read and write clearly, and neatly by her teacher, who treated her so very, very sweetly. Phyllis liked her teacher, but missed her granny so bad, along with the garden and home that she had. And then, when finally summer arrived, Phyllis returned to home where she thrived. We wear our orange shirts to remember that every child matters, and not just in September. We honor First Nations people and reflect on how every child is special and deserves our respect. something to keep in mind, that you can wear your orange shirt and support the children and the families who had their children go to Indian residential school. So it doesn't have to be just on September 30th. It can be any time of year. So today we've attempted to show you the importance of the animals, the plants, our language, and our children to Indigenous people through songs and stories. We invite you to seek out the truth in our Canadian history and reflect upon how we might move forward in our own reconciliation and healing process. So the importance of drumming, I thought maybe we should finish up with a few songs just before we go. So if you still have your drum handy or your box or your sticks, that would be fantastic. So join us if you can. We're going to do the Cedar song, and the Cedar song was gifted to me by my elder, Judy Montgomery. So here we go. Hey dip dip and you, aho, aho. Hey dip dip and you, aho, aho. Hey dip dip and you, ho. Hey dip dip and you, ho. Hey dip dip and you, aho, 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 aho. Anyways, the last little song I wanted to sing was Bamapi, and it's kind of our goodbye song. Although we never say goodbye, we always say until we see you again. So here we go with Bamapi. Bamapi kuwabamen, Bamapi kuwabamen, Bamapi kuwabamen, Bamapi kuwabamen. Way ya hey ya hey ya ho, way ya hey ya hey ya ho, way ya hey ya hey ya ho, way ya hey ya hey ya ho. Bamapi Kawabamen, until I see your light again. And I'd love to say miigwech for coming, miigwech to all of my helpers here today, Leanne, Margie, Jen. It's been wonderful having all of you to here helping me out with our Orange Shirt Day celebration. So remember, wear orange and every child matters. Bamapi!
Bamapi.